Designer dogs are overpriced mutts. Designer dogs are a mutt, or which people would know it as now. They are two or more breeds of dogs combined into one. These designer dogs are being sold for over $2,000. They're made to be better for somebody, but they are not considering the enormous health risks that they're making, and they're not considering that they're putting other purebred breeders out of business. Designer dogs are not the way that people want to go with what they're buying. When you go out to buy a dog, there's a couple of things that you look for. First, what is this dog going to act like? Second, what is this dog going to be like? Third, what is this dog even going to look like? With a designer dog breeder, those answers are not known. When we go in and look at a designer dog, it is an overpriced mutt. By this I mean that when you go to the farm, you have a mutt, which is two or more breeds of dogs, and that is what you buy. Usually $50 or less. Most of the time don't even pay for it. But these designer dogs, such as the Cavachon, the Cavalier King Charles Spaniels, and the Bichon Frise, are mixed together and sold for $1,800 to $300, depending on their show quality, their coat, and where they came from. When you're looking into certain things like this, the pricing on them, are you really paying what you're getting? For example, my grandmother is a breeder of King Charles Spaniels, and she loves them. She does sell them for $400 to $1,700, depending on pet quality or show quality in their bloodline. The reasoning for that is she knows what you're going to get. If you're going to go get a dog for your child, you know that this dog is going to be good for your child. If you're going to go and look at a Cavachon, they can't answer those questions. Yeah, these Cavachons may be good for dogs because Cavaliers are, and so are Bichon Frises. But if you turn it around, you don't know if this offspring is going to be good with children. So when in the long run, which way are we going to go to pay for the money? Are you going to go for quality and answers, or are you going to go for the unknown? When you turn around and look at the Cavachons and their health risks, it is enormous. They're detrimental. This is unfair to the dogs, and it's unfair to the people that are buying these dogs, because you cannot guarantee them that this dog is not going to have eye problems or heart murmurs. Cavalier King Charles Spaniels and the Bichon Frise are both genetically inherited for the heart murmurs. When you turn around and you breed them together, you're making the offspring more susceptible to these detrimental diseases. Another example, the Labradoodle, which is a Labrador Retriever and a standard poodle mixed together. Both breeds are highly susceptible to having hip dysplasia. When you breed them together, you're going to have hip dysplasia. Are these designer dog breeders going to say, oh no, I can promise you that they're not going to have hip dysplasia? Maybe they are going to say that. They don't know that. Genetics can't prove that. You can look at the genetics of it and say, this is the chance that they're going to have it, but it won't prove that you're not going to have it or you are going to have it. They're not looking at the long run picture of the health problems that they're creating, because these health problems cost a lot of money, and most people won't even take the time to make sure that these dogs are either comfortable or helped. They're going to go put them in a pound or a humane society and forget about them for the rest of their life. So when somebody goes into that humane society, are they going to pick them up? No, they've got something wrong with them. It's going to take a very special person to be able to walk into a humane society or a pound and pick up one of those diseased dogs. That's not fair to the dog or the owner that is buying them. This is ridiculous. You turn around and you look at a puppy. It's adorable. It's hypoallergenic. It's beautiful. Okay? What's the bad part of it? Well, the bad part of it is they're expensive. You don't know what you're going to get. You don't know what they're going to act like. And you don't know the health risks. Because of genetics, yes, you can go through and look at scientific genetics because you've got make a square or make a grid with it. That works. But that's only giving you percentages. There's no way of saying that, yes, this dog is not going to get hip dysplasia, or this dog is not going to get heart murmurs. I understand wanting to make sure that there's different breeds out there that fit everybody's qualifications of what a dog should be. But honestly, these designer dog breeders need to stop and look at what they are doing. We have millions of dogs that sit in a pound in a humane society or out on the streets that nobody wants because they have problems or they didn't listen. And now you're going to turn around and you're going to make a dog that you don't know what it's going to be. You don't know what its health risks are going to be. This needs to end. We have to stop producing these dogs. Yes, I understand mutts. On a farm, that's a little bit different. They're not going out to breed these dogs specifically to make sure that they have what they want. To be able to get what you want, you have to look at the cons of it. And nobody's doing that. We need to raise this. We need to show people that these designer dogs are not the great thing that everybody is wanting them to be. I've had purebred dogs my whole life. I have a designer dog, or a mutt, that I got from a farm. She's a great dog. She has health risks because she was bred together with different ones. I have a purebred Rottweiler. Take her out, come here. Take her out, come here. Come here. She does not have any health risks because when they bred the dogs together, they knew that both parents and grandparents and great-grandparents were not susceptible to any health issues. The Rottweilers are known for hip dysplasia. She does not have hip dysplasia. That was a con that could have happened, but since after generation didn't have hip dysplasia, it was okay to get her. And we knew that the risk was there. But you don't know with the designer dogs if the risk is there or not. And that's not fair. That's not fair to the consumer, and that's not fair to the dog. This is something that everybody needs to be aware of, and this is something that really needs to stop. Not only because you're going out and spending a bunch of money, not only because you're spending money in health issues, but because you're turning around and putting these purebred breeders out of business of a dog that you know is going to have it or not. It's going to have your risks or not. Designer dogs, are they really the best?